Rudy Fernandez has come off the bench and hit another three-point shot. Fernandez has gone 3 of 3 beyond the arc.
Well, remember we said Fernandez and Webster had to play tonight. Those two guys have 25 points.
Barbosa, mismatch with LaMarcus Aldridge. Rebound by Bayless. A chance to tie with a 3. Aldridge quickly doubled. Fernandez, Webster for the tie. A foul shooting a 3. Dudley will pick it up. Dudley picks up number 3.
Need I say what three-point shooters do when you double the post? Look at you moving the ball out of the double teams. Rudy Fernandez just unloads his 3. So he's hit 3 threes tonight. Webster has come alive. So 25 points between those two players. But now what you have to do is you have to say, if you're the Suns, if we're going to continue to double team LaMarcus Aldridge, Alvin Gentry's got to make a decision here. So now they're going to see if this is going to be 3 free throws or 2. But now that three-point shooting is starting to become a weapon for the Portland Trail Blazers, Kevin.
9 for the Blazers. They've hit 10 for the Phoenix Suns. As they take a look, see if it's a three-point try. Rudy will answer for us. 3 free throws coming up. Yep. A kid from nearby Seattle, out of high school to the NBA, who has been struggling in this series. But just mentioned it, not only now, but before the game. Webster and Fernandez had to show, and their numbers are saying in a very loud and distinct way, they have shown up for Game 6.
Shooting gives you spacing. It allows drivers to drive. It allows post players to play in the post. And then when teams double down, they trap you. And if you move that ball, you're going to get open shots on the weak side of the floor, Kevin. You got to move that ball then from strong side to weak side. A lot of times it's not the first pass out of the double team. It's that second pass that really gets you, that unselfish pass that you make that next move to your teammate and get him that open shot. And the Blazers have done a good job of that here starting this 4th period.
Robinson is out. Stoudemire is coming in to take a look at Nate McMillan, who has done a masterful job with this team. Doug has told you earlier in the broadcast the litany of issues, injuries they've had both on and off the floor, including to Nate. The Suns led by 16 with about 3.5 left in the 3rd. Blazers on a 23-8 run. Phoenix desperately looking for some points right now. In a 1-point lead. Stoudemire picked up by Juwan Howard. Out of bounds and off of the Blazers.
Now, Juwan Howard is a very smart defender, and he's got very quick hands. So Amari Stoudemire, when he turns and faces him, has to really protect that ball. Howard, a lot like Grant Hill, in that he really knows how to play angles and make up for lack a little bit of a foot speed that he's lost through the years.
And it's Barbosa by Aldridge. Nice play by Leandro Barbosa. In 11 minutes, he's got 5.
That's the Barbosa being the blur, the Brazilian blur that they love in Phoenix.
Hernandez is 3 of 3, all triples. Bayless, 2 of 9. That's a 2. And it brings the Blazers again to within 1.
Yeah, it's getting contagious now. You've got Bayless, Webster, and Fernandez all making shots.
The bench of the Blazers.
Remember in Game 5, it was the bench of the Suns, 55-23.
Stoudemire right into Howard. Amari now has gone 6 of 11. You see the bench point story tonight.
When is the last time the Blazers have led?
Early, Fernandez. Howard, shot clock at 10. Stoudemire, this is for the lead.
That's a bad shot.
Real sure was.
There was 10 seconds on the clock when you shot that. You got to have more of an awareness of that. I mean, that's what Nate McMillan is talking about. You got to have patience. And I know you've just made a shot. You got to look up at that clock and see what's going on. Still way too much time to fire that one up.
The pacing has slowed for Phoenix. Portland has cashed in some. 1-point game, down by 16 earlier. Now the Portland Blazers down by 1. Doug, you've been talking about this 5-pound ball that Martell Webster's been carrying around.
Yeah, have ball will travel right there. A good shooter never leaves home without the ball, and that's a training tool. And he talked to Craig Sager about using that. He's back with his coach, keeping the elbow in, and he's been on fire tonight. Much needed 3 of 3 behind that line. He has 17 points on 8 shots, and he's given Portland hope here tonight with that shooting. 42 threes he made in the month of January, more than anybody in the NBA.
Our Marines teamwork play of the game. Webster has 11 of Portland's last 16 points.
And you notice that Alvin Gentry did not bring Steve Nash back in the game. He thinks it's too early. He'd like to keep him maybe to the 6-minute mark.
Nash 1 of 6, 7 turnovers, 3 points. Fry, double. Portland's ball, 17 Phoenix turnovers.
I think that Nate McMillan sent them a message at halftime. They got to start getting more physical. Because this game now, all of a sudden, they're getting bodies on people, not coming nearly as easy for the Phoenix Suns. That's 17 turnovers. Remember I talked about turnovers could be the one thing that could get to them, and that's 15 points off turnovers that the Blazers have tonight.
Last time the Blazers led 2-0. Fernandez has been terrific. Aldridge against Stoudemire, doubled by Dudley. The defense to the lead. That's a foul. That's on Phoenix.
I thought Dudley had forced a jump ball there. He reached in, and it was some kind of scrum here trying to break this ball loose. Watch this here as Aldridge is trying to post up, and then you're going to see Dudley come in for the double team. I thought he tied him up right there. And then he sort of got away with a couple little steps, and now he's going to shoot 2 free throws. But, Kevin, as we've seen throughout the playoffs, the credit goes to the aggressor. They're going to get the benefit of the whistle, and now, right now, Portland has become the aggressor.
Stoudemire picks up his 3rd personal foul. We're going to look now at the national TV schedule. Atlanta, Milwaukee, Lakers in Oklahoma City, then ESPN2 on Friday, Denver and Utah. A chance to tie. So coming up, then ABC will take you on Sunday through the NBA playoffs.
Another bad break for the Denver Nuggets. We know about, obviously, George Karl and his bout with cancer. Now, all of a sudden, Nene hyperextends his knee going into a critical Game 6. Utah's had Okur out with a ruptured Achilles. Kirilenko's been out with a calf injury. All kinds of injuries in that series.
Grant Hill has come in the game. First tie of the game. Fry is out. Doubled inside Stoudemire. Knocked away. Shot clock at 10. Again, the last lead for the Blazers, 2-0. Fighting their way back from a 16-point deficit. A closeout game for Alvin Gentry. Doug, in this quarter, the Phoenix Suns 1 of 6.
And the Blazers started out with a couple of threes, too. That just magnifies the poor shooting by the Suns. That the game has slowed down to a crawl, Kevin. It's now at Portland's pace.
Stoudemire with 2 on the shot clock. You're right, Doug. The pace has completely changed.
So they had 53 at half. Now the Suns have 78. So they have 25 points in a quarter and just not quite a half of another one.
Roy and Aldridge, Fernandez, Webster along with Bayless, the 5 and the 4 for the Portland Trail Blazers. Bayless for the lead of 3. Deflected. Dudley may have gotten a hand on it. Here comes Grant Hill. Dragic. Boy, 2 quick baskets right on the doorstep, and the Suns go up by 4, and a timeout for the Blazers. That's how the Suns answer the tie game forced by the Portland Trail Blazers.
And how about it? He stayed with his bench. Alvin Gentry has stayed with his bench. 2 critical plays here. Just a strong move by Amari Stoudemire. That's a muscle job. And then you get Dudley gets a piece of the shot of Bayless, and then Dragic comes back in there fearlessly, knocks in the shot. 4-point lead for the Phoenix Suns.
Used cars by Motto, Color, and Price. Find the car you want at the price you want at autotrader.com. By the all-new Tucson from Hyundai. By T-Mobile. Connect as much as you want with affordable family plans from T-Mobile. And by Sprite, proud partner of the NBA.
It's a Game 6 with the Portland Trail Blazers trailing 3 games to 2. Kevin Harlan along with Doug Collins. Earlier tonight, we saw Dallas fight their way back from 21 down, but they could never get over the hump, and San Antonio wins. Tonight, 16 down for this Blazer team. They fought back to a tie. Now they're down by 4.
Well, you use a lot of energy, obviously, but what you've got to do now is you've got to be smart. You got to get good possessions, make sure you get good